Hey there guys, I'm Craze as always, and welcome back to several minutes of The Walking Dead. So, I decided to do a video on this game, and I figured it was going to be really hard. Number one, I have an absolute laundry list of problems that I dislike about this game. Like, literally, a lot of things are wrong with this game. One of them, as you can probably see, is the fact that the resolution is completely fucking off. Why is it completely off? Because the port is so bad, I cannot port The Walking Dead into full screen mode without it actually freezing on me. And I'm not the only one to have had this problem, because everybody else on the Steam forums has had it too, and I just haven't been able to fix it. So, without further ado, I'm just going to give you some quick facts about The Walking Dead. So The Walking Dead has been developed and published by Telltale Games, and it was released nearly half a year ago, I would say. Sometime in 2011. It's been a while. But regardless, I figured I would show it anyways because, in fact, I'm not even going to give you my opinion on the game just quite yet. I'm going to wait till the end. I'm only going to show you what it is. So let's start with the settings. You of course have your audio, and not much there, is it? You go to gameplay, again, not much there, but enough to make do, I suppose. Then you go to graphics, and this is the ultimate slap in the face. Full screen, off. I'm not going to hit on, because guess what will happen? It will freeze. I have this game in windowed mode at 1680 by 1050, merely because I cannot actually put it into full screen mode and have it at the proper resolution, because it just won't let me. It gets very upset when I try to do that. So yeah. And then you come to controls, and it is a point and click, suffice to say, so what else can you really ask for? But can you even rebind these? No, it doesn't seem you can. Which, you know, I'll let them off for this one just because it is a point and click. What do you expect? But still, I really hate that. It just seems lazy. Maybe I want to move with the arrow keys, or I don't know, maybe I'm some kind of freak and I like to use IJKL. Anyhow, regardless, let's go to the episode statuses. They have released 4 episodes so far, and this is one of the reasons I was debating printing off and making this episode as well, simply because I thought, well, maybe I should wait till episode 5 to give my opinion on the game, but frankly, it won't matter because I'm only going to be showing you episode 1, a spoiler-free version of episode 1, as much as I can. So, hopefully, everything will go well. And hopefully by episode 5, my opinion on the game will stay the same. But regardless, let's actually just hop right in. Here we go. And I guess we'll just... I was debating whether I should delete it, but I figured, nah, it'll be fine. It's okay. In fact, yeah, I probably will delete it. Just fuck it. Hang on. Yes, delete. Okay, now let's hop right in. Episode 1, a brand new day. I'm going to show you the first level of it, and only a segment of it. Like, literally, this is only going to be several minutes of, in this most literal sense. I'm not joking with you, because I only want to show you enough of the gameplay and some of the storylines, and then I'm actually just going to hop right in the game. Because I don't feel like I can actually show you just how good, how fantastic this game can be in some parts without spoiling it for you. So, that's my main reason why. Yeah. Anyhow, you're just coming out of Atlanta, this is basically the start, and you're a prisoner. It's almost like Bethesda made this game. Anyhow. At least it's not Horatio Kane. That's probably a good thing.
Well, I reckon you didn't do it then.
But yeah, suffice to say, basically your character is wanted for murder, and that's why you're here. And you did actually get caught, and it's explained later on in the storyline, but...
Does it really matter?
Nah, not much. You know, I've driven a bunch of fellas down to this prison. Lord knows how many. Usually it's about now I get the, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Not for me.
'Cause guys in your position already said it enough?
We got what looks like a 1091E near P3 exit 285. All cars asked to keep on the lookout for 91B in the area.
It doesn't have
Followed
the
your
quickest of
case a little
starts, now
bit,
does it?
You being a Macon boy and all.
You're from Macon, then?
Yep, came up to Atlanta to be a city cop in the 70s. I always wanted to work a murder case, like that senatorial mess you got yourself mixed up in, with all due respect. A real shame, that is. Hell, the whole family used to be regulars at your folks' drugstore right in downtown. Still there?
Sure is.
Good.
Be advised, medical personnel en route to Hartsfield, various 10 to 20 coming in.
I got a nephew up at UGA. You teach there long?
Going on my 6th year.
You meet your wife in Athens?
Oh, we didn't like that one bit.
You want to know how I see it?
Not really.
Too bad. It's my car. You might have the right to remain silent, but it don't mean I gotta be. Regardless, could be you just married the wrong woman.
Oh, we probably shouldn't have said that. Oh.
Riot in progress. All officers are available for incoming 217. Rolling calls to dispatch to all locations.
But yeah, essentially the start of the game takes place just on the brink of the outbreak. Like, literally it's happening as you're getting driven away, which is fairly interesting because you get to be there right at the start.
Any of that seem important to you?
But
All of it. But that box never shuts up. Sit in this seat and pay too much attention and you'll drive yourself crazy. I'm driving this man once. He was the worst one. He wouldn't stop going on about how he didn't do it. He was an older fella, big soft eyes behind a pair of smart folk glasses. And he just wailing back there. Says it wasn't him. Crying and snotting all over right where
All
you're sitting.
officers are available for incoming
nice.
217.
They at least clean the upholstery a little
Then
bit.
before long, he starts kicking the back of the seat like a fussy baby on an airplane. And I tell him he's got to stop, that that's government property, and I'll be forced to zap him otherwise. So he stops, and having exhausted all his options, he starts crying out for his mama. Mama, it's all a big mistake. It wasn't me.
So did he do it?
They caught the fucker red-handed, stabbing his wife, cutting her up as the boys came through the door. He sits in my car screaming bloody murder that it wasn't him. I think he actually believed it himself. It goes to show, people will up and go mad when they believe their life is over. I got another good one for you. This one's a little bit less depressing and a bit more hilarious, if I do say so.
Oh, shit!
This other time...
Terrible backseat driver. Oh god. At least his car is holding up fairly well. Yeah. Maybe not the quickest of starts, but at least it's over. Now we can actually get into the game. Now, while he's blacked out, I might as well say something about the game. The Walking Dead is a point-and-click adventure, as I said, and it's an incredibly story-driven game. That's the thing you need to understand here, is that when you go into this game, you go into it like you would a television show. Literally. Except it has better writing than the Walking Dead TV show.
Oh, shit.
Literally.
Thirsty. Ah! Fuck. My leg.
Hey! Hey, officer! Are you alright? I'm still cuffed back here!
Now, of course, Lee doesn't pick up on the most things, because he's asking if he's alright. Now, this is the thing I also like about The Walking Dead, is that while it is a puzzle game, because it is Telltale who made it, of course it would be a puzzle, they aren't overly complicated. It's basically puzzles you would expect to find in a zombie apocalypse. That's the thing. That's the thing they keep saying, is that if you go into this game, you're not going to be like asked to do arbitrary nonsense with puzzles. It's literally what you would expect you would have to do in a zombie fucking apocalypse. It's not this roundabout way of doing things. It is literally straightforward most of the time and says you have to do this, this, or that, and it's fairly quite easily. Not hard puzzles at all, and it doesn't hold you back from the game. There we go.
I need to drag myself out that window.
Well, get moving, jackass. Don't scrape your ankles. Oh boy. Ah, he's a bit useless, isn't he? Well, at least we got the shotgun. Oh, man up, you sissy.
Looks empty. It'll be easier to carry with these cuffs off.
But yeah, I won't be able to actually get into more detail about what I think of the game until we get past this little segment, because then I can talk about the characters and all that stuff when we actually do meet a character that is with us for the entire game. So, let's actually just get past this part here. For God's sakes, walk up to him, man. Why do I have to do it? He's dead! Now, the game has this way of being incredibly unpredictable. You would think, and actually, before I say that, this brings up something that I really need to talk about this game, that I'm glad they fixed. When you bought this game, it had this annoying thing where, and they might even still have it, I don't know, I never bothered to check, but it had this thing where it could turn off these little things right here. And you're probably thinking, oh, I hate how they have these, it makes the game too easy. No, you legitimately need these little smart points to pop up and tell you where to go, because you would assume that the key should go in right here, right? But no, it has it selected for the chain. That doesn't make any sense. Or right there. But no, it has it on the chain, so the positioning of it is really odd at times. So I'm glad that they kept those in. Because if you were like me, you would go with the ones that didn't have the smart points because, you know, they were annoying having them on. But then you realized, oh fuck, it doesn't make any sense. Anyhow, another thing about the game that I wanted to say is, this game has really mastered the whole idea of being incredibly unpredictable. And just making you think something bad is going to happen, and sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Again, look what I mean here. That's on my wrist, for God's sakes. Like the palm of my hand right there, almost. It should be right here, one would assume, because I just unlocked that one. Yeah. That's one thing that they should probably consider fixing. Again, look at that. It's on the chain. Oh boy.
Officer?
Oh
Holy
shit.
shit! What in the hell? Get away from me!
Ah, don't worry, I played tons of Call of Duty. I'm a badass. I can handle this. Oh, you klutz. My good God. Oh, put the shell in.
Don't make me
Put the
do
shell
this.
in. First person shooter. It has lots of moments like that. And another cool thing about that is you probably think, well, that's a little bit boring. It's kind of cool because it introduces almost new gameplay mechanics with every game, or with every new episode that is
Go get
released.
someone! There's been a shooting!
Oh boy. It's not even your left leg that's hurt, you pansy. Oh my God. Yeah, Lee's not the most graceful of individuals. She's least. Another thing about this game is its performance. Now, you would think that because this game is not that graphically impressive. I mean, let's face it, it has the cel-shaded style, and it's meant to look like a Sonic comic book. Why is the music getting so loud? Anyhow, it's meant to look like a comic book, but here's the thing. It's not graphically impressive, but why is the performance so shit? You saw right there, random lag with the zombies. Now that doesn't happen often, but regardless it does still happen. Now, you know my PC. There was that old episode I did with Battlefield 3. I had it turned up to high, and I had fraps on, and I was running at a consistent 30 frames per second and not dropping the entire time. So, when you have this game that is literally not that graphically impressive, then why is there that problem? But that said, the graphics themselves, I actually really like them. I think we've moved past this, or I hope we've moved past this point where with games you need this really muddy graphical color because it's getting really quite annoying. I like the graphic style. It reminds me a lot of the comic book, and it does look good. For the most part. It's not graphically impressive, but the aesthetic of it is nice, is what I mean to say. Now, there are parts when the graphics do actually glitch, like some of the outlining, like as you can see, cel-shaded, blah, 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 like some of the outlining on the character will actually be scrooned off the character. I don't know how to pronounce that. Like, literally, it's odd. Like, some of the lines won't actually fit on the character. Like, the outlining will be off the character. It's really hard to say it.
Fill one of those teacups with some bourbon if I could.
And Lee is also an alcoholic, evidently.
No ladder. I'm not getting up there anyway. This leg the way it is.
Anybody up there?
Well,
Somebody! Yell if you can hear me!
but yeah, that is essentially what's going on in that. Now we're about to... I think right after we escape this place, I'm actually going to end the video and give you my opinions on The Walking Dead, because, like I said, I don't want to spoil it for you. But anyhow, here we go.
Hello? Anybody
Oh boy.
home?
Knocking on a door uninvited in this neighborhood as a black man won't do you any favors, man. Oh lord. Come on. Get the door open.
Coming
There we
in.
go.
Don't shoot, okay? Ah! Shit. Hello? I'm not an intruder.
Well, you kind of are.
Or one of them.
These people might need more help than I do.
You don't say. Anyhow. And... Klutz. Yeah, he's not the most graceful of people, as I said, but look at that. The blood actually goes on the side of him. That does look quite cool. I like that. So it's aesthetically pleasing, I guess, if you want to say it like that. Alrighty. Now you can investigate the room. Look at the coloring books and all that shit. Now,
What's that beeping?
if you're wondering what that is the answering machine. We'll get that in a second. But of course, you can look around, do all that stuff, and it gives you an idea of who you're about to find and all that kind of stuff. It prepares you for what you're about to see, and that's one thing about this game as well, that it literally does not pull a single punch. It will play with your emotions, and yeah.
There are 3 new messages.
Okay, let's get the answering machine.
3 new messages. Message 1, left at
You're about to see what I mean in a second here.
p.m.
Hey, Sandra. This is Diana. We're still in Savannah. Ed had a little incident with some crazy guy near the hotel, so we had to get him back to the ER and have it checked out. Anyway, he's not feeling well enough to drive back tonight, so we're staying an extra day. Thanks so much for looking after Clementine, and I promise we'll be back in time before your spring break.
Message 2, left at 11:19 p.m.
Oh my God, finally. I don't know if you tried to reach us. All the calls are getting dropped. They're not letting us leave and aren't telling us anything about Atlanta. Please, please, just leave the city and take Clementine with you back to Murrieta. I've got to get back to the hospital. Please let me know that you're safe.
Message 3, left at 6:51 a.m.
Clementine, baby. If you can hear this, call the police. That's 911. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Yeah. It's really sad.
Daddy?
Huh?
Now you're about to be introduced to one of the main characters of this game besides yourself. And for the most part, she's pretty much with you the entire time.
Hello?
You need to be quiet.
But how can I do my commentary then?
Are you okay?
I'm okay. They tried to get me, but I'm hiding until my parents come home.
Where are your parents?
They took a trip and left me with Sandra. They're in Savannah, I think, where the boats are.
Where are you?
I'm outside in my treehouse. They can't get in.
That's smart.
See? Can you see me? I can see you through the window.
Ah, she's an ugly bitch. Quick time events. Quick time events. Mash the keys. Ah, you tripped again, you dunce. You are really bad at this. Give me the hammer. Give me the hammer now. Yeah. One could say I just gave her a facial. I'm sorry. Okay.
Man.
Yeah, the game is brutal. It doesn't hold back.
Hi there.
Did you kill it?
And meet Clementine.
Yes.
It's okay. I think she was a monster.
I think so too. You've been all by yourself through this?
Yeah, I want my parents to come home now.
I think that might be a little while, you know?
Oh.
Look, I don't know what happened, but I'll look after you until then.
What should we do now?
And then here's a decision you get to make. Now this game totes this fact that you can make decisions and it will affect how the story actually goes. And for the most part that's actually true. But one thing I find with it is that sometimes the decisions you get to make, especially the ones that you would think would be very important, tend to be superficial and don't actually matter in the end. So whether I pick before it gets dark or whether I pick the sun goes down, it's not going to make a single
We
difference.
need to get out of this neighborhood. It's not safe. We're less likely to be seen if we move at night.
My parents might come home.
We won't go far. We'll try to find shelter and come back here with others.
That sounds good. We can hide in my treehouse until then.
It'll be a tough climb with this leg, but that's a good idea. Let's go. Stay close to me. stay quiet. We'll head out to the front yard and follow the road out of the neighborhood.
Okay.
It'll be okay. Stay near me, and we'll move as fast as we can.
So yeah, this girl's name is Clementine. I think I already said that, but regardless, her name is Clementine. She's one of the main characters of the game, and the thing about her is that she's actually kind of your moral compass. Which you're probably wondering, well, how do you mean? How can she be a moral compass? Yada, yada, yada. Well, yeah. So, the whole thing of childish innocence kind of comes into this game with her sometimes, and she'll react and take a look at you differently depending on how you approach decisions, and it can actually be really brutal when she does. Holy shit.
bastard!
Are we going to die?
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Stay down! Georgia State Patrol!
Dude, he won't listen to that.
Oh boy.
We fucking got him!
Dude, those things aren't afraid of bullets. These are survivors.
Oh shit, you're not one of those things.
Neither of us are.
Oh, damn, you've got a little girl. We're sorry about that. Well, Andre's sorry about that.
It's Officer Mitchell.
My name's Sean. Sean Green. This is Andre.
Officer Mitchell.
Did you see any of those things? One of them just got our buddy Chet.
I saw a lot in the forest, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, one we're looking for is still in the neighborhood.
Oh shit, you hurt your leg pretty bad.
Yeah, don't say.
Help us find the thing that got our buddy, and we'll take you and your daughter down to my dad's farm to safety. He should be able to fix your leg up too.
I'm not a dad.
Now again, another choice. It doesn't really matter, but it's a nice, I guess, kind of like an aesthetic choice.
Just
All that
some
kind of
guy.
bullshit.
Some guy?
Yeah.
She's alone?
Whoever you are, let's get a move on.
We just were...
Oh shit, it's Chet!
Let's go! Get to my car! Go!
But, yeah. What you've actually seen here is a fairly good example of Telltale's The Walking Dead. Now, once we get past here, we're going to finish talking to an iconic character in the Walking Dead franchise, I guess, if you want to call it that. I'm going to give you my opinions on what I think about this game, because it's fairly... You would think by now, well, you know, there's so many problems with this game in terms of resolution, glitches, like, there's a ton of bugs in this game. The resolution's off.
Your dad.
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada.
Chet was
The gameplay can be a little sluggish. I can't even move my cursor all the way to the right because of the resolution, how bad the game can perform
Take care of
sometimes.
you, too.
The performance issues. You would think I would hate this game, wouldn't you? But
Thank God you're okay.
the fact of the matter is I
was
don't.
worried it'd be bad here, too.
Been
And now-
quiet as usual the past couple days. Old Brecken down the way thinks his mare's gone lame, but that ain't nothing new.
I ran into Andre outside of Atlanta, and, Chet. He got killed.
No. You're kidding.
Those things got him. Dad, I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, Sean.
But yeah, after we're done
You
this, I'm
brought a
actually going to
couple
tell
guests.
you why I like this game.
We just need a little help. We won't stay long.
Good. You're welcome to stay here, but just for the night. I don't run a bed and breakfast. So it's just you and your daughter, then?
Oh, not his daughter. He's, well, just some guy who found her alone.
Honey, do you know this man?
Yes.
Okay, then. Well, looks like you hurt your leg pretty bad there.
Yeah. It's not doing so good.
I can help you out. Sean, run on in and check on your sister. You take a seat up on the porch and I'll go see what I have. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is swollen to hell.
You don't say, Herschel.
Well, you don't say much. Wish I had 5 just like you. What did you say your name was?
It's Lee.
Nice to meet you, Lee. I'm Herschel Green. How'd this happen?
Car accident.
That's so. Where are you headed?
Now,
before the car accident.
Herschel really likes to pay attention to what you say.
I was getting out of Atlanta.
The news says stay.
Yeah, well, that's a mistake. We hit a guy. One of those things you've been hearing about. On the road.
Who are you with? The girl?
I was with a police officer. He was giving me a ride.
Awful nice of him.
I'm an awful nice guy.
House is full up with mine. We got another displaced family of 3 sleeping in the barn. You and your daughter are welcome to rest there, and we're done here. I didn't catch your name, darling.
Clementine.
Can't imagine what you've been through, Clementine.
I'm looking after her until we find her parents.
Hey, Dad, so I'm thinking, first thing tomorrow, we gotta reinforce the fence around the farm.
With what happened to your friend? Maybe that's not a bad idea.
It smells like... duty.
Yeah, it does smell like duty.
I missed my mom and dad.
I bet.
How
Any
far
time
is
now.
Savannah?
The cutscene could end.
Oh, okay.
You're probably wondering, why is Craze not talking? Well, I'm trying not to talk over the frickin' voice actors, but it seems like every time I open my mouth, some character, just like that, decides they want to talk. Now, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually gonna go and skip over to the frickin' main menu to talk about what I think of this game, so...
Hey, get up.
Or not.
I'm itchy.
Well, you slept in a barn, little lady. Lucky you don't have spiders in your hair. But I bet your daddy scared them all away, huh?
I'm, not her dad. Name's Lee.
I'm Kenny.
Dad, we're in the middle of a fence. There's a tractor and everything.
We
When
better
you meet
get
this kid,
going,
you'll
or
want
we
him to
won't hear the
die.
end of it. That's my boy, Ken Jr. We call him Duck, though.
Where do parents name their kids Duck?
We're from Fort Lauderdale. We were on our way back before things up and went bananas. The word is you were on your way to Macon.
My family's from there.
Well, Macon's on the way, and personally, I'd appreciate the company of a guy who can knock a couple of heads together if he has to.
Maybe. We'll see how things shake out with this Herschel guy.
Good luck with that. He's a hard ass. Honey, Duck, this is Lee. And, what's the girl's name?
Clementine.
Clementine.
That is a very pretty name.
Thanks.
Well, we should get to work. We've all seen what those things can do out there, so the faster we get this fence up, the better.
I want to build a fence.
Yeah? Well, I need a good foreman. You can sit on the tractor and yell at me whenever I take a water break.
On the tractor? Cool!
Duck and I will hop to it.
I can keep an eye on your little girl here on the porch. We can visit.
Oh, do you mean I might finally be able to talk about my opinions on the game? Okay. Yeah, exactly why I thought maybe, not reviewing, but doing a video on this game would be a little bit tough. You can't get a single word in. But anyhow,
You have such pretty hair.
Are you kidding me?
Lots of tangles.
Are you kidding me? Stop talking. Okay, there we go. just going to stand right here and actually talk about my opinion on the game. So, as I said, you're probably thinking, well, with all these problems that Craze has pointed out about the game, in fact, the resolution being one of them, you'd probably think, well, this game is bound to be hated by him. He obviously shouldn't like it. But the fact of the matter is I don't dislike it. In fact, I really do like it. I'd even go so far as to say I love this game. Now, you're probably wondering why, and the fact of the matter is it's the story of the game. The story of the game and its characters. Now, this game has made me feel more emotions than any $20 game should have a right to. I'm not even kidding. It costs, I believe, $25 for all 5 episodes. And that's about, let's see here, 3 hours per episode, probably 12 hours or 16 hours of enjoyment, depending on how long you take. So, that exactly right there is why I love this game. It was very cost efficient, and it's a fantastic game in terms of story and writing. BioWare has often been praised as being the masters of creating good characters, and that's what I was thinking when I went into this game, where I was thinking, I don't know if Telltale can actually create characters that will make me care about them. But, in fact, they did. In fact, I would say that the characters you find in this game are actually better than some of the BioWare characters you could find. And they're hailed as masters of doing it. I mean, every single character you meet in this game, you have an emotional interest into, regardless of whether it's hate or love or anything along those lines. Like, Clementine is a fantastic character. She acts as your moral compass, and at the end of the day, it's awesome just watching her grow and mature. Your characters evolve, Lee evolves, every single one of them evolves, and the story will just grip you and hold you and literally fuck with you over and over and over again. It is not afraid to basically say, oh yeah, by the way, I know how you had this, but we're taking it away. It is dramatic, it is pulse-pounding, and I'm not going to lie, at the end of episode 4, I literally had my mouth, like my jaw was on the ground, and I was trying to hold it up because of just how few punches they pulled. They are not afraid to create a compelling, mature, and dark story that is possibly one of the best storylines to any game I've seen of 2012 and 2011. So, with that said, when I, at the end of the year, go, okay, and I talk about all these games that I loved, and possibly give you my 10 favorite games of 2012, if this game is not number 2 or number 1, then something has gone very wrong. That is why I love this game. The characters evolve. The story is dark. It is not afraid to pull punches. It is one of the best storylines I've ever played. And this is coming from someone who loves their storylines and really, really criticizes them. Now, there is filler. That is certain. But I feel like those moments where the game just ups the ante and does things that you wouldn't expect. There are things at the end of the episodes where you would never say, I never thought that the game would have enough balls to do the things that they did. But Telltale is mature enough to actually say, we want to create one of the most compelling storylines we have ever done, and I cannot wait for episode 5. It keeps you interested, it is mature, it is dark, and it pulls punches you would never expect. And I wish I could tell you what it was. I wish I could have been able to show more of this game without spoiling it. But seriously, if you have not picked up this game, do it. You are doing yourself a disservice. You will love it. It is a fantastic game. Better than any $20 game has a right to be. It stands up in terms of storyline along with AAA giants. And in my opinion, the technical problems that it has is not enough to actually bring it down. I love this game. I can't wait for it to come to an end, and I hope to God that they give it the proper send-off that it deserves. Because right now, the game is so fantastic, I cannot wait for episode 5, and I sincerely hope they do not mess up what has been one of the best games of 2012 for me. And 2011, since it was released then. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Crazed as always. I've been showing you several minutes of please, please, please. I rarely endorse games, but this is one game that I would say that you should, without a single doubt, pick up and actually play and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Crazed as always. I'll see you next time. Take care.